Let's talk about writing a mixed number as an improper fraction. This problem asks us to write 1 2/5 as an improper fraction. And we should talk about maybe what an improper fraction is. An improper fraction is one where the top number is larger than the bottom number. So maybe 9/5. This is an improper fraction because 9 is more than 5. To write this number as an improper fraction, 1 2/5, it might be helpful to think of this in terms of these pie charts. You might have seen something like this before. So if I make two pies, and if I divide them into fifths, like this, no, these aren't perfect, but we can pretend, then 1 would be a full filled in pie. So this is 1 right here. And then 2/5 would be just 2 out of the 5 slices filled in. This is 2/5. So together, these represent the improper fraction 1 2/5. And you should know that writing a fraction as a mixed number like this, 1 2/5, means the same as 1 plus 2/5. Right? Just like these circles show, 1 2/5 means 1 and or plus 2/5 more. So this is how I think we should start to write it as an improper fraction. We should start by giving these two numbers, the 1 and the 2/5, a common denominator, and that's going to be 5. Okay, so we're going to have something divided by 5 plus 2 divided by 5. So what fraction with a 5 in the denominator is the same as 1? In other words, I have the number 1. I want to write it as something divided by 5. What number divided by 5 is 1? The answer is 5. Right? 5 divided by 5 is 1. So we can replace the 1 right here with the 5. Okay, and now this second line is equal to the first line because 5/5 is equal to 1. So 1 plus 2/5 is the same as 5/5 plus 2/5 because 5/5 is the same as 1. And now that we've written these fractions with a common denominator, we can add the top numbers. So 5 plus 2 is 7 out of 5. All right. Another way to get to this number 7 would be by looking at these diagrams we've drawn up here. How many fifths do you see here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first one, and then 6 and 7 total in both of them. So this number 1 2/5 is equal to 7/5. Let's enter that answer. 7 divided by 5. Awesome. And we'll do a few more. Okay, for this one, I'm not going to draw the diagrams. But remember that 2 2/3, the mixed number 2 2/3, means the same as 2 plus 2/3. Okay, and the first step to writing this as an improper fraction is going to be to just take these two numbers and add them together. And in order to add with fractions, you need to have a common denominator, right? So we're going to write 2 as something divided by 3. And then we're going to add 2/3 to it. So what number divided by 3 would give you 2? 6 divided by 3 would give you 2. And so 6/3 is the same as 2. And now we can add these two fractions together. 6/3 plus 2/3 is a total of 8/3. So remember that when you're adding fractions, you only add the numbers on the top. The common denominator 3 stays here on the bottom. So 2 2/3 as an improper fraction is 8/3. 8/3. Awesome. We'll do one more. 1 1/8. Okay. So we'll start by writing 1 1/8 as 1 plus 1/8. And then we will write both of these numbers with the common denominator 8. So this one already has a 8 in the bottom, but to make this number 1 have a denominator 8, we should rewrite it as 8/8, right? Because 8 divided by 8 is the same as 1. And now we can add the two fractions. Our answer is 9/8. So 1 1/8, the mixed number 1 1/8 as an improper fraction is 9/8. Awesome.